Friends and neighbors, Steve Sparks back again. Mindfulness meditation moments, Little Well Cove, Oregon, and we were talking to you the other day, or I was out there on my porch and it was really windy and I wouldn't go out there. But I walked down today. It's still raining, but it's pretty good, but the waves are pretty big. So I want to get back to another thing that I wanted to share about my good work over the last 15 years in Lincoln County that's led up to this amazing point in my life and what's going on there. All right, so and I'm going to turn this camera around and then we'll look at the waves for a little bit and I'll be back to you. Some kind of doozies out there, you know. We'll just let it roll for a while and see if we can breathe in the salt air, and it feels good for me now because we've been inside and I've been having fun, and Seahawks won today, so that's been cool. I've been keep in touch with old friends and reorganizing my team. Folks I've been working with for many years, some new collaborators in the trauma-informed arena. We've been doing a lot of work with Trauma-Informed Oregon. This last year I've been sitting on the Trauma-Informed Steering Committee, statewide steering committee, and wow. So we've been looking at all this challenge we have to help people who suffer from trauma and how to get services to them and all that. So, you know, we got put down a while, not put down, but set on the sidelines for a while, and I was used to traveling around town doing my consulting work with the county and other folks around the state and other places. But you know, so we had to go back and see how we could adjust to all the changes and the fact that we couldn't do the same things we did before on the ground. So we had to figure out another way, and I'm going to get back and talk to you about it in a second. All right, let's go. So hi folks, this is Steve back again. You can see Little Well Cove behind me and the clouds, and got my hat on today, but let me tell you. So when the pandemic hit, my business was sidelined. Children and families in life after trauma. We've had a platform, Children and Families in Life After Trauma, for 10 years now. And during that time, it's really grown. And my blog has probably 1,200 articles and posts after 10 years, and everybody wants to stop by because it's about healing. And it's about making sure I can write, do my work in the trauma-informed community, treatment and recovery, and building up our infrastructure in Lincoln County to help the most vulnerable citizens. So I'm stuck at home. So I thought, well, we're going to take a look at this platform. So that gets me to here. So it became clear that my website platform had nowhere near the capacity to do stuff I'm doing. I don't think anybody got that when I talked to them, because nobody else has a platform like ours. Our platform started 10 years ago when we didn't know what a blog was. So I'm a high-tech guy, and I grew up in the telecommunications business, and my generation built the internet, and I was in the center of it, working for Nortel Network. So all this stuff is in my head. So I've had all these dreams, and I'm saying, how am I going to get this done? So in the process of meeting a new collaborator, Sparked Your Mindset in Bend, Oregon, I started doing some work with her, and Ellie Caminati. I never pronounced that name right. She forgives me for that. But after we got through, I said, well, let's do this again. She said, yeah, that's great. I want to interview you again. I loved your podcast and all that kind of good stuff. So she said, there's one thing you need to do if we're going to collaborate. And I said, what's that, Ellie? Well, you know, you're going to have to do something about your platform. And I said, well, you know, since you brought it up, I know that. I've known that for years. But I haven't been able to find anybody to help me. Wherever they go in my community I'm close to, and nobody gets it. And except maybe some folks up there at Trauma Informed Oregon. I think they do, because I've been up there 2 years, and they told me the same thing. You got to do something about that. So I went out and tried to find somebody to work with me. More recently, I've had the good people of Lincoln County Human Services and some others in the community meet, and then they say, wow, we need to look at all this stuff. And so anyway, get back to you on what the amazing story I want to tell, and I'll be back to you in just a second, folks. So let me tell you about Miriam Kudos. So Miriam came to me from Spark Your Mindset. And we get together on Zoom, and she's a website developer, but she's an intern. And she's barely 18. She's gonna graduate from Portland Community College. Forgive me. And she's gonna get her AA and high school. And then she's going to go on to Portland State University, and she's going to get up there and start working with those wonderful trauma-informed Oregon folks. And she'll be right there with all the trauma-informed research that's going on that I'm part of. So Miriam says, well, let me interview you and let's go through our check. I want to do an assessment of what you need. And she learned something. She did her homework and looked at my platform, and she's been doing some work for Spark Your Mindset. Okay, we're talking about a 17-year-old young lady who gets straight A's, and she's smart. So she starts pulling out all the stuff and working with me, and she puts together a plan, you know, and she gets back to me. She said, well, let's talk about what we can do to take your platform up a notch or two. You know, I mean, you know, we're talking about a 17-year-old young lady that's leading and facilitating this old guy, you know, 75 years old, who's a grandpa, great-grandpa, and she's helping me, and I'm mentoring her. So we got a team going here, huh? We just got it on, got along. I really care about her, you know. I can't wait to talk to her. Each time we work together, she follows up, she manages up, she facilitates, she does her homework, and all I get to do, well, I you know, it's more than that, but I don't think about it much. But I'm sure I'm helping her, and she's helping me, and we're a team. You can't get anything done, or you can't do any innovation or entrepreneurship without a collaboration. That's how we did it in Lincoln County, starting in 2016 with the Stepping Up initiative, and when I teamed up with Commissioner Claire Hall and Sheriff Curtis Landers. I mean, we did that. We did that whole thing as a community, and then the pandemic hit. So now, with Miriam and Judy and some others that are working, you know, Heidi Lambert, and I've got Sheila Stiley and my good friend Elisa Bloom, and I've got Jane Romero at Lincoln County Health and Human Services. I've got Susan Tretchell. I've known her for a long time. We both graduated from the Ford Leadership Institute, Ford Family Leadership. A lot of us did. I've got a lot of friends here. We still work together that did that. So we're going. We're moving forward with Miriam's help, because without Miriam, kudos, and Ellie from Spark Your Mindset, and all the people that I've worked with for many years, we just kept pushing forward. We never, ever gave up. So don't you give up. We're not giving up. All right? So with that, I'm going to turn it back, and we're going to look at the waves for a while, and then I'm going to go on home and watch football. All right? See you later, folks.